Welcome. Um, Divine timing. It's something that it's a term that I feel like can get kind of thrown around a lot, right? And we do this a lot where we talk about, well, it's all in divine timing, or well, it just wasn't meant to be. And so I'm going to come full circle on this conversation. I'm going to bring it back to truly there is a divine timing cycle that we all follow as humans, that we follow as creators, that we follow as people, souls that are in the bodies that we're in, designed to live out a purpose, right? There's a very specific and divine reason as to why we are here, as to why I'm here, as to why you are here, as to why we are in the families and the communities and in friendships with the people that we are in with. And so, what I feel like is let's start with talking about maybe the lower side or the nay side, the way side of divine timing and what we believe divine timing to be. And maybe just even ask yourself right now, have you ever really truly thought when you think, well, it's all in divine timing, what that really means? Because we are cyclical beings, right? We all follow a cycle. Like the moon follows a cycle, like the earth follows a cycle, like the galaxy follows a cycle. We are also cyclical in nature. And so today is the very last day to join my next round of Mastering the Brain Game and the Rise Tribe before I reopen it back up in September/October. It will be end of fall. And so I was really feeling into today's energy, and wanted to speak on this one more time. So one last chance. It's the last day to join because we follow a divine timing cycle. We follow the divine timing cycle that every single human on earth follows. And so I've put the link up at the very top there. If this is something that you've been thinking about, then I just wanted to make it super easy. You could click the link and join us. And very last day to be able to join us and be along for the ride this round. And so let's talk about divine timing. We tend to lean into it, say it, well, it's all in divine timing. And we can find excuses, reasons why something's not working and blame it on divine timing, right? Well, I just don't have the money. I just don't have the time. Well, when the kids are a little bit older, well, when my workload slows down, well, when we get back from vacation, well, when I'm actually able to take vacation, like all of these reasons, when I finish out this certification, when I finish out my grad program, when I finish out getting my kids graduated, these are like just things that I hear a lot of. And that over the years, whether I'm speaking about Pilates or the private mentorship with me or anything else in general, and we think, well, it's just not the right time. But the truth is, if it's something that I truly would like to do, but using the excuse of, well, I don't have these physical things in my world, money, time, in order to make it happen, then what happens is every time something comes up that you're wanting to do, it gets pushed aside. It gets pushed aside. It gets pushed aside. And you live forever in this carousel of living your life, waking up, doing your daily chores, work, mom duties, dad duties, etc., going to bed only to repeat the cycle for the rest of your life. And that's your divine timing, because you get to a certain point in your awareness, in your awakening of your purpose, and then you go back into the shell, into the compliancy that life has thrown at you. So when you're feeling pressed up against, I call it an electric fence, an energetic fence. But when you're feeling like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, it's like standing at the edge and so feeling the call to leap, to go into your own business from corporate, to go into quitting the day job, quitting the so many things like the institutions, the career path, whatever it might be. Like I've been doing the same workout over and over and over again and not getting any more results. It's that that little, like, I'm trying to think, like, the words aren't flowing through for me right now, but this something happens where we blame it on divine timing, where we can say, well, the money isn't here yet. It's just not the right time. And it's an excuse. It's not the truth. The truth is, it's exactly the right time. This is the universe like telling you it is time. Like, go for it, jump, leap, do this thing, take the one next step in order to begin making your life truly complete and begin truly understanding who you are and your purpose, your soul's purpose. And this is what I teach. This is what I teach in Mastering the Brain Game, in the Rise Tribe, in my private mentorships. So, divine timing. Again, coming back to, we are all cyclical in nature. And what I would define right now as the higher side of being in a divine cyclical person, being human, is understanding exactly where you are in the divine timing cycle. When you understand where you are in the cycle of life, then you understand when it's time to take leaps, when it's time to retreat and go within. So many people that I work with are super high achievers, and they forget, they just have forgotten that they're not meant to be like turned on all the time. They're not meant to be hustling and grinding and working and doing all of the things all the time. They are meant to retreat, to go within, to take a breath, just as much as the go, 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 go. So what's that famous Buddha quote? I have so much to do today that instead of meditating for 1 hour, I'll meditate for 3 hours. It's like learning to embody this, learning to understand exactly where that comes from, because it is so completely true. So last day to join Mastering the Brain Game and Rise Tribe today, because I take you through a journey in understanding and awakening to who you truly are, who you are, what your purpose is. The people that came across you in this journey, there's a very specific reason why. And if you keep gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, going from relationship to relationship, feeling like I just keep attracting these assholes, or I just keep attracting, whatever. It's time to get off the cycle that you've been on. It's time to find exactly where you are in the divine timing cycle in order to break through it. There literally is a way, there's a wormhole through. And this is why my clients work with me, because they keep doing the same thing. They keep trying other things. They keep trying different self-help books and programs and therapy, and only to come back to exactly where they started, and sometimes even worse off when we're talking about weight in particular. So all of this to say, that's the reason why the doors closed today for Mastering the Brain Game, for my Rise Tribe. This is a divine timing cycle that I take you through in group format. You have access to me 3 times a week, where I give you what I call spiritual spankings. I'm not the coach, I'm not the mentor that lets you get away with the same shit that everyone else does. I will call you on it in order to call you higher. And my clients are here for it. They ask for it, right? They show up and they just let me know what's going on. And that's my superpower. I always refer back to the arrow in the FedEx label. I point to those arrows. They've always been there. They've always been there. You just didn't see it. You were seeing FedEx. You didn't see the arrow. It's so simple. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then there's another arrow and another arrow and another arrow. So divine timing. Those that are aware right now, that are awakening to, there's so much more to life. I don't need to wait until XYZ, till the kids are a little bit older, until I can hire one more person in my business, or until I get my business built up to whatever it might be, whatever you're telling yourself, until I lose. Another thing that I hear a lot is in Pilates, another sector of what I teach at A Beautiful Surprise is, well, I'm not flexible enough to do Pilates, or I need to lose 5, 10 more pounds until I do Pilates, 20 more pounds until I do Pilates. And I'm like, that's the very reason why you do this. And so whether the analogy is Pilates or, working with a mentor like myself, who is a strategist, a coach, that can give you literally the step-by-steps. Here is how you literally uncover your divine blueprint. This is literally how we crack the code and we read it, just like we read your physical DNA, we can read your spiritual DNA. This is your purpose. It's the reason why you're here. And you know it, like you can sense this, right? This is why there's this deep need to belong, this feeling of, I know there's something greater. These are the people that I work with, the ones that are willing to call themselves higher, willing to do the super simple things that I'm going to teach you. You're already doing it. Your subconscious brain is running the show and you're already doing it. And I just help you rewrite the program. So last day, last day, it is a 10-week journey and it's all virtual. So I have the capability, if you're local, or if you want to fly in to Utah, gorgeous Utah, and work with me as well privately, we can do that. Most people right now are virtual, and it works really well. It's we'll talk about energy. Energy is real. Whether we are through the screen of Zoom, through the screen of Zoom, of StreamYard, Facebook, whatever it might be, or physically face to face. So it's a 10-week journey. However, because this is you're an ever evolving person, human, I give you lifetime access, which means that every time I teach this again in the fall, and then again the following 2023, you come back. And some people are coming back for their third round right now working with me, and they're focusing on a different area of their life. I'm thinking of one person in particular. She first went through and had a very direct intention in just focusing on her career, and then came back through and was focusing on her relationship. And now she's coming back through and she's really focusing on herself, on really empowering herself and standing in her power. And that's the key. When you understand how to stand in your power, when you understand that being an empath is a superpower, that every single human was born with empathy. And when you learn to be an empath, be empathetic, and stand in your own power first, and not allow the others that are wanting to drain your energy to do so, you become a superhuman. That's the idea, right? It's to be highly empathetic and incredibly powerful. And when you do that, life starts getting really fucking good. So the link is down below. I'll also include it here up above as soon as I sign off from here. So if you're interested, you could click the link. You could join us instantly. It's $1,500 for life. $1,500 to be able to completely transmute your life, to be able to be pointed to the arrows that have always been there, the one thing that you've been missing, the one thing that the other life coaches and gurus and whatever else, for whatever reason, didn't work for you. I could be that link, that missing puzzle piece that you've been searching for. All right. I can see some people hopping on live. So if you're here, I always love to know who you are, so I can send you some extra love, whether you're here live with me or on the replay as well. Again, I'll drop the link down below. Very last day to sign up. Why wait, right? Why wait? Being pressed up against, I don't know if it's the right time. Leap. The people that I work with are leapers. They're ready to go. They're ready to change their life. And what I teach is nothing short of absolutely transformational work, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So you can click the link. If you also feel like you want to have a conversation with me, I invite you to drop me a PM. All right, everyone, have an amazing day. And let's answer the question, what is my purpose? What is my life's purpose?